Hello there. Welcome to another Talk Through Styling episode. Today we showcase a cornrow updo bun with a fringe at the front. It's an all-round style for the workspace, cocktail, wedding. You can dress it up or you can dress it down. Whatever you want to do, this style should work for you. So as I watch the stylist go about creating this style, I'm focused on the curves and the turns she's taking to create the patterns in this beautiful cornrow style. I can't help it but wonder about the patterns of life, the ever-changing seasons of our lives, the curves and turns, the mountains and the valleys, the circle of life indeed. The question is, how successfully can one maneuver the circle of life? Let's talk about it. If you're keen to this question, you notice that I used the word successfully, implying that there's only one way or one goal to living this life, and that is with success. Isn't that the goal always for our existence? Well, as we all know, the circle of life will throw us some hard curves. It does not always look like success. To most of us, it some or most times looks like we are failing more than we are winning. And it is very easy to focus on our failures, despite the fact that we are winning in some or even most of our other endeavors. And how sad is that? Yet it's a fact of life. So how do we change this narrative of failure? And what is to fail? Can we not fail forward? And there are important lessons that only failure will teach us. Can we get to a place we can normalize failure as a way to get to the road of success? After all, the only time we truly learn is when we fail. Let's pause right here and reflect, ponder as I pose this question. How differently can failure translate to me in relation to my pursuit of success? Can I be okay with these two being great companions, like milk and cream? For possibly one cannot exist without the other. I will share a personal experience. I will relate this topic in this sphere of business in reference to our Afros and Mo journey. Throughout this close to 10-year journey, I realize I have spent so much time dwelling on all that has gone wrong and what keeps going wrong. I've had fewer episodes where I felt like patting myself on the shoulder and giving myself that assurance that amidst all that goes wrong or could go wrong, the journey to where we are at has been nothing short of a miracle. It's not that I failed to recognize it, but it's all the challenges, the difficulties, and the stresses of it all. The overwhelming feeling of defeat sometimes, and the moments of anxiety and fear of the unknown. I feel like as others see all its glory, I'm out here dwelling on the hurdles that we ought to overcome. I must remind myself daily to recognize the success it is, for what would be the measure of it if we have not already overcome that which would have buried us? I call it the battlefield of the mind. This brings me back to our first question. How successfully can one maneuver the circle of life? The simple answer is, one must learn to recognize a full life or successful life isn't all about the destination, but the journey that gives meaning to the destination. For how can we measure success without experiencing failure? Therefore, a successful life is one lived in balance, where you experience cycles of growth. Recognizing these patterns helps us embrace each season with its unique opportunities and challenges. Honoring each season can bring a sense of balance and acceptance. This same analogy applies to the changes that occur in our hair. As the cycle of life defines the seasons of our lives, so does the cycle of hair define the changes that we experience in our hair journey. By understanding this cycle, we can come to appreciate why our hair sometimes feels fuller or thinner at different times and focus on caring for it through each season. The anagen phase, being the active phase of hair growth, is the time several strands of our hair are actively growing, with cells in the hair root dividing rapidly. This phase can last several years, depending on genetics and individual factors. The second phase in the hair growth cycle is the catagen phase. We refer to it as the transitional stage. Hair growth slows down, hair actively stops growing, and it begins to detach from the blood supply. This lasts only a few weeks, but this signals that change is about to come. And so this brings us to the third phase, which is the final phase, and this phase is the telogen phase. It is the resting phase. In this phase, our hair starts to shed. It's time for the strands of hair in this phase to fall out and make way for new growth to begin again. It is therefore natural to shed a certain amount of hair daily. The telogen phase lasts for a few months before the hair follicle re-enters the anagen phase, starting the cycle once again. I hope understanding these different cycles of our hair growth can also, relate to the cycle of life, that everything is ever changing. Nothing in our life is static. So it is good to learn to embrace the change that comes and happens in our lives, knowing that every season has its time, and as it begins, the end does come. I hope this can keep us afloat, encouraged, and a little settled in the changes that happen in our lives. I do hope you enjoyed this styling episode. I hope you try it the next time you come into Afros and More. Thank you for always visiting us, for supporting us, and for keeping these doors open. Our model looks stunning. So, until next time, you stay blessed, living a balanced life. Take care. Bye-bye.